Okay, in this video, I'm going to show how you can able to communicate the Delta PLC with the NOD read. Okay, through Modbus serial communication. Okay, one by one, we'll start the step. So first, we'll see what is the program for the PLC. So in the PLC, from PLC, I am controlling the Delta VFD through RS485 communication. Okay, so first we'll see the wiring of that. Uh, just a second. Okay. So this is the wiring I have connected. So this is the RS485 port, which is going to this Delta VFD. Okay, so here I am communicating this Delta VFD through RS485. Okay, so first we'll check what are the parameters we need to set in this VFD for communication. Okay, so here on the screen you can see. So first one is if I go to the group 2, so in the manual you can see the source of frequency command is there. So from where I have to control the frequency. So here in this case we are communicating with the RS485. So I have to select that to D4. In group 2 0, I need to set it into D4. So I will show you that. So here, okay, so in group 2 I have to go group 2 0, and in this here you can see we can set for D4. Okay, that means we are controlling the frequency through RS485 communication. So next step is we have to see source of operation command. So from where I need to start and stop the VFD. That is also I need to start and stop the VFD through the RS485, and keypad stop button enabled option I have to select. So group 2 and in 1 we have to put it at D3. So I will show you. So group 2, so in this option 1, so it is set it for D3. So both control and the frequency command, so we have set it for RS485. So next step is we have to see uh, communication methods, that we have to go for group 9. Okay, group number 9 I am going. So here the communication address for the VFD. So if you have multiple VFDs in your system, so if you want to communicate every VFDs, it should have its own slave address. Okay, so that we can able to set in group 9 and uh, group 0. Okay, group 9.00. So just a second. Think. Okay, so in group 9.00 I have to set the slave ID of this VFD. That why we are setting, I'm going to tell while we are doing the programming of this. Okay, so I will go in the group 9, group 9.0. So now the device ID is D2. So ID is D2 here. Okay, so next what we have to check? Next we have to check transmission speed. So we have to set the transmission speed baud rate like bits per second. So I will set for 9600 bits per second. So that is group 9.1. It's set to D1. So here if I go back, group number like 9.1. So here D1 I have set. So next I have to go to this communication protocol. So which communication protocol we are using here? So I am going to set to D1, that is Modbus ASCII mode, and the protocol is 7 even and 1. Okay, this I am going to set. Okay, so group number 9.4 we have to go. So group one number 9 and 9.4. So D1 I am setting here. Okay, so that's it you have to do in the VFD. So motor parameter and all I am not going to show you how you can set the motor parameters, that you already know. Okay, so next is, okay, this is the communication port, RS485 port, that is RJ11 port. Okay, so next directly I will go to the PLC program here. So this is the PLC program what I have created for communication. Okay, so if you don't have this, you have the option here like communication program. You can click on this and you have to select this COM2 port for RS485 next, and this one condition. So LD I am giving LDM1000, LD1000 always like always on bit. So I need to hold this communication setting. So next is data length. So whatever we have given in the VFD parameter setting, we have to set here. Okay, so we have given there 7 and even and stop bit is 1, and baud rate we have set it for 9600. Okay, next coming to this side, data format of communication. So we have selected ASCII there, that's why we are selecting ASCII. Put it in 8-bit. So timeout you can give around 200 millisecond. So after this you need to select these things for reset. So next you have to select next. So here you have to program Modbus read, Modbus write instructions. So click on this and click on next. So first I will show you Modbus write. Okay, so where we will enter the VFD frequency. Okay, so condition I am giving LD 1000 M1000, and sending request I am using one like pulse memory, that is M1013. So it will on for 500 millisecond and off for 500 millisecond. So here next step is external device address. So here it is asking the device slave ID. Okay, so in VFD we have stated the slave ID as 2, right? So next is register for external device. So to where the VFD command should go, like for the VFD. So if I go to VFD manual, so if I go here, if I want to enter the VFD command through the RS485 communication, we have to enter in this hexa address, that is 2001H. So in this address I have to enter the frequency command. Okay, so that is why here we have to give hex 2000 2001. So it won't take here actually now, that is why I am giving simply H1. So data content like so from where, like here I will give D0. Okay, so if I give finish, though this all program will visible in your PLC program here. Okay, so I'm not going to do finish here, so I'm just clicking back and back. So cancel. So if you finish this, so this option will appear like this, and next, and you have to use any increment instruction. Okay, so why? Because so we are using two or three Modbus communication instructions. So I'm using one mod read and one mod write and one more mod write. So parallelly we can't communicate all three. So that's why. So that's why I'm using this increment instruction. When the value is 1, I'm turning on this one. If the value is 2, I'm turning on this. If value is 3, I'm turning on this. Okay, as I told you, for mod write H2001. So here you can see mod write K2. K2 nothing but uh, a slave address of the VFD H2001. It is the address where I am going to enter the frequency. And next is D0. D0 is the data register where I can able to enter the frequency values. Okay, so next we have mod write, one more. This is for turning on and off the VFD. So this is the address HXR2000. Okay, in this address I am writing. So here the command is, if I give decimal value 18, the motor will run in the forward direction. So if I want to run the motor in reverse direction, so I need to give the value uh, decimal value 34. If I want to stop the motor, I need to give the value 1. Okay, to this address. So here in D2, if I'm giving the value 18, motor will run for forward. If I give value like 34, the motor will run for reverse. So if I give the value 1, motor will run for not 1, sorry, 2, motor will stop. Okay, so these are the mod write instruction. So next we have mod read instruction to reading the actual value from the VFD. Okay, so here also same thing, mod read I have taken instruction. K2 is the uh, slave address of the VFD H2102. So I will show you what is that. 2102. So frequency command read. So if you want to read the frequency command, so the address is 2102 H. Okay, next K5. This is the length of the uh, uh, read command. Okay, so in this case I have given 5. So nothing but it will read 102 and 103, 104, 105 and 106. So total 5 data registered is going to read. So if I don't want this 5, if I want only 5 frequency command, I can give K1. If I want like a frequency command and output frequency, then I can give K2. Okay, so I have given K5. Okay, so I am reading all the 5 data registers from H21022 to H2106. Okay, so this is the Modbus mod read and mod write instruction. So these things will come automatically when you do the communication program. Okay, so this is about the PLC program we have to write, and you need to download this. Okay, if I go online, so here you can see. So mod write showing 5014. So 5014 is nothing but 50 hertz, 50.1 hertz. Okay, so if I show you, so if I want to write the address, like if I want to write the frequency here, I am giving like K 4000. So this is the raw value we have to give. Okay, so I am giving 0 to 60 frequency means I have to give the raw value from 0 to 6000. Suppose I want uh, 20 hertz, I need to enter the value 2000. Raw value I am giving here. Okay, so I will show you uh, if I am changing the value, how it is going to change it. So now it is 40, right? So I will change this to 5000, 5500. Now it should be 55. So you can see it became 55. Okay, so like this we can able to communicate PLC with VFD through RS485. And this my PC, it is communicating through RS232. Here you can see this is the RS232 cable. It is going to the serial port of the PLC. Through this I am communicating the my laptop. Okay, so next step is we will design the interface in the Node-RED, and we will try to control the VFD through the Node-RED. Okay, so I'm just going offline. So Node-RED is a nothing but a programming tool, and it is open source. So it will allow to connect the devices, application, and the services uh, through visual. Okay, and it is a drag and drop interface. Okay, uh, so uh, it's actually commonly used in to create the workflow for the IoT automation and data integration projects and all. Okay, so first I will show you how you can install the Node-RED in your laptops or any PC. So it's not a software, it's a plugin for your browser. So, and before installing the Node-RED, you have to install the Node.js. Okay, so Node.js is nothing but it's a JavaScript runtime. So if I type Node.js in Google, so you will get the option to download this. Okay, you have to download and you have to install this. So after installing the Node.js, next step is you need to ensure that your Node.js is installed properly. For that, you need to go in the CMD prompt, command prompt. So here you need to type node hyphen version. Okay, node hyphen version. Okay, sorry. So node space hyphen version. So next, one more thing is there. You need to type npm space hyphen hyphen version. So it will show like this. If it is not showing like this, that means your Node.js is not installed. Okay, so next step is you have to install the Node-RED in your PC. Okay, so for installing the Node-RED in your PC, the command will be npm space install space hyphen g hyphen space unsafe space hyphen uh, perm perm space node hyphen red. So when you run this command, Node-RED is going to be installed. Okay, so in my system it is already installed. Okay, now it will check whether it is not installed or not. Okay, so in my system it was already installed. So next is you have to run the Node-RED. Okay, so if you want to run the Node-RED in your system, again you have to use the same command prompt. So here you need to type, after installing you need to type Node-RED. Okay, so it is going to run. But how and where you have to open this Node-RED software? That is the question, right? So next, if you want to open any Node-RED, so in Node-RED we have two sections. One is flow section, where we are going to create the logic using the nodes, and one is where we have dashboard section, where we can visualize the data and we can able to control. Okay, so for accessing the Node-RED uh, like a flow, so you need to type localhost hyphen 1880. Okay, so 1880 is the port number for the Node-RED. Okay, if I give enter, so your Node-RED uh, flow will going to open. So this is the interface, so where you can able to edit the create the logic and all. This is not a dashboard, it is the programming interface. So next, on the left hand side you have like nodes. What are the nodes you have? Like common inject node, debug node, and function nodes are there. Multiple function nodes are there, and network nodes are there. So this is the open source software. That's why we have like we can able to install multiple types of nodes in your laptop. Okay, so if I go here, this is the dashboard nodes. uh, by default it won't be there, you have to install this. Okay, next is Modbus node. This also won't be there, you have to install. Okay, so multiple nodes are there. Using this node only we have to program. Okay, so on the right hand side we have the option for debug information and setting and all. Okay, so in debug some values are running, so it is already communicating with the PLC through a Modbus. Okay, so I will show you how we can do that. So first thing is after opening the Node-RED, so if you want to install any like palettes, if you want to install any nodes, we have the option here. If you go to the this three line, so go to manage palettes. So in this you have the option for install. So here you can able to search for whatever the palettes you want. Okay, uh, so first I will show you how you can uh, we look like access the dashboard of the Node-RED. Okay, so directly you can't able to access any like a dashboard of Node-RED. So you have to run the command in your like command prompt, then only you have to like able to access the dashboard of Node-RED. Okay, so first thing is you have to close this. So this is the programming side. So dashboard side I will show you. So you have to close this, and you have to close this command prompt also. So if you close the command prompt, Node-RED is going to be stopped. Okay, so again I will open CMD. Okay, so now I will show the like command for the uh, like installing the dashboard. Okay, you need to type npm install node hyphen red space okay, sorry, hyphen dashboard. Okay, so if you give enter, so Node-RED is going to install the dashboard plugin for your system. Okay, so uh, next thing is, so if you want to verify this whether the dashboard is installed or not, so you can go to the your website browser, So you can type localhost hyphen 1880 slash UI. Okay, so this means this is the address for your dashboard. If I enter, okay, so why it is not running? Why? Because Node-RED is not running in our CMD. Okay, so first after installing this, again run this Node-RED. How you can run? Just you need to type Node-RED. Okay, so now the Node-RED is running. So I will just refresh this localhost and this thing. So username, I have provided the username and password for this. I will type. So if you are not provided any password for that, it won't show like that. So now some in my dashboard some things are there. Here you can see select option is there. This is for controlling my VFD through this. Okay, so if you are not created anything, it will show blank here. Okay, so this is how you can uh, install the dashboard in your laptop. Okay, so next, if you want to install elements for the dashboard, so again I will go to the flow Node-RED flow option. So I will go to the localhost. So here by default this dashboard nodes won't be there. Okay, these things, buttons like switches, sliders and all, if it is not there, you can able to install by this manage palette option. Go here, just need to search for dashboard. Okay, so after this you need to install. Here you can see it is already installed here, so that's why it is showing here. Okay, so after installing this you can able to drag and drop and you can able to access this. Okay, so whatever the elements in the dashboard palette, that is only going to visible in your now like Node-RED dashboard. Okay, other than that nothing is going to visible. Okay, this is how you can able to install the like a dashboard in your system. So next thing is Modbus. So Modbus also by default it won't be installed. So again I need to go to manage palettes here. Again I need to type for Modbus. So Modbus I have installed this one, all in one Modbus TCP. So this one installed. After installed, so I can able to access the Modbus nodes. Okay, so here I have created the logic for controlling the just a second. Okay, so controlling the VFD through Node-RED. Okay, so through the dashboard of this VFD, I can able to like control. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so first I will show you what are the things I have done here. So in this one, this is the uh, simple reference I have taken, but this one actual frequency in this node. So I have used this node Modbus right. So if I double click on this, so here I have given the name for actual frequency. This is the topic same. So FC like read holding registers. So I am reading the actual frequency from my PLC. Okay, so this is the read holding register thing. Address, this is the Modbus address for the data register 4096. It is the address for where I am reading here mod read. So mod read I am reading in this one D0. So Modbus address for D0 is 4096. Okay, so one quantity I have to read. This is the server address. Okay, So if I show you what is this, so I am communicating through serial and COM port. I am using COM8. So COM8, so it is connected to my PLC and PC, that RS232 port. This one, this cable is connected to my PLC, right? So I am communicating through serial for my PLC. Okay. So next is ASCII mode, and this is the baud rate. Okay. This is the unit ID. So next is, so this I'm going to write it in function. Function I have used it for sending the mail if my VFD frequency is greater than 40. So if my VFD frequency is greater than 40, so it is going to send the mail as uh, like a high frequency detected to these three mail IDs. So three mail IDs we have here. Okay, that also I will show you how you can send the mail if any deviation happen in your system. Okay, so next is, this is the Modbus read and this is the Modbus write. Okay, so through this we are showing the actual value, and here Modbus write I am using. So enter the frequency option we have selected here. If I go here, slider it is, here it is, slider. So minimum to maximum I have set it. The home address, the palette address, default address is there. Okay, so next Modbus write, where I am writing. So preset single register I have to select, and the address is 4096, the same address. Modbus mod write D0. Okay, so one more thing, uh, if you're reading this address, like hexa address, mod read, these values are coming in this address. Okay, it won't come here. We have not defined any address to read the values, right? Any data register to read the values. By default, any Modbus communication, if you're doing through RS485, so those will come in this data registers. So that is D1050, 1050. Whatever the Modbus address, Modbus read address you're reading, it is going to store in this addresses. Okay, the first value will store here, second value will store here. It will keep on continue. Okay, so from there also you can able to read. So that's what I am doing here. So here I am using 1050. There I am reading the actual uh, frequency of the VFD, and I am moving to D50. D50 I am converting the integer into float, and I am dividing in by 100, and I am storing in D60. Okay, so next here, this is the 4096. It is a Modbus address for data register D0. The same server COM8, this thing and all. Okay, so next thing is this drop down option. So drop down option, I have taken three options here. So in dashboard you can see we have selected three options: off, forward, reverse. So if I selected off, the value decimal value will 1. If I selected forward, the value is 18. If I select reverse, the value is 34. That's what I said in this. All right, so if I give the value where it is in this, not in this one, 2000. So if I give value 18 in this D2, the motor will run in forward direction. That is why I am giving from here. Okay, so mod right I am taking here. So 4098, this is the address for D2, same Modbus address. Okay, so next thing is how we are sending the mail. Okay, so I am comparing the actual value, actual frequency of the VFD. So here we are getting the raw value 0 to 6000. Okay, so I'm using one function node. So in the function node I am using JavaScript to write the logic here. So here you can see let the frequency equal to message dot payload. So it is the actual value. Message dot payload means whatever the value is coming to this, it will store in this message dot payload. Okay, so now if the frequency is greater than 40 and this send flag, so why I am using the send flag means, so if the frequency is greater than 4000, so if I am not using this flag, okay, so in the logic I am used that flag. If I am not used it, that means the mail will send continuously, not one time. Okay, so for the stopping that repetition, so I am using one more variable here, that is send flag. Okay, so one more thing, we are getting the raw value right here, so 4000 and all. So I am dividing by 100 and I'm reading the uh, actual frequency. Okay, so if it is greater than 4000, then it's going to divide by 100. Assume it is 4000 divided by 100 means 40. So it is going to store in actual frequency, and I need to send the message as a VFD frequency alert. It is the header, and message payload, this is the details, high frequency detected, and along with that I am sending the actual frequency, that is in this case 40 hertz. Okay, so next is email. This uh, email send flag is there, no? I am setting it to true. So when it will get false, when again the VFD frequency is if it is came less than 4000, then this this variable will get false. Okay, if again the VFD frequency is greater than 4000, then again the mail will send. Okay, this is the details about the mail. So I am not given any addresses in this email ID and all. So next we have this option mail. Okay, so if I type here Gmail in notes, sorry, not Gmail, mail. So here you can see we have this uh, options. I have selected this email option. Okay, so by default it won't be there. Still the you have to install from this uh, options. Okay, so in this I am giving like two address, to which address I have to send the mail, and this is the server. As I'm using the Gmail, that's why I'm using this Gmail server, and by default port is this, and let it be in the basic. And next user ID, like sender ID, from which mail ID you have to send the mail, that you have to check first. Okay, so this is the mail ID I have to send the mail, and this is the password for that. Okay, one more thing you have to remember here, you can't able to give the mail ID password here directly. Okay, so so which password you have to give? So I will show you here. You have to open your my account. Just a second. So you have to open your my account, Google account. So we're using Gmail, that's why. So you have to select sender mail ID. This is the sender mail ID. So next you have to enable the two-step verification first. Okay, so this one, two-step verification. So using your mobile number, you have to on the two-step verification. Then you have to search for app passwords. Okay, if you open the app password, again you have to enter the password. After login, okay, so here I am created the three apps for three mail IDs. Okay, so here we used three mail IDs, right? So in this, so here, so it will Google app password, it will allow only one mail ID. Okay, so if you are using multiple mail IDs, you need to create multiple apps here. So one more app I will create, Node Red 4. If I click on create, so it will generate the password here. So this password I need to copy, and again it won't show here. Okay, so I need to copy and I need to enter here. Okay, so like this you will get this password. Okay, so I don't want this, I'm deleting. So for all three mail IDs, so sender ID will be same, sender mail ID will be same, but the password will be different for different nodes here. Okay, so I'm using the delay also, like this will on immediately. For this mail ID, immediately it will send after 4 seconds. So here it will send after 6 seconds. For this mail ID, it is going to send the mail. Okay, so now next thing is I will show you the dashboard. For accessing the dashboard, I already told you, you need to type localhost uh, hyphen 1880/UI. So next, here you can see this is the dashboard options I have created here. So here we have the option for off, forward, reverse, and the frequency command. So if I give 1700, we'll get the actual frequency here. Okay, so next what I am going to do is, so just I will minimize this. Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay, so here I'm going to show you like how the VFD this thing. Okay, so here on the left side we have the controls, and here I'm showing the frequency. So this is, you can see the frequency now it is 15. So when I change it to like 3120, so now it changed. Okay, so now I will run it in forward. So now this motor is running in the forward direction. Okay, so if I uh, select the off, off means in the PLC it is sending value 1. So when I click on off, it got stopped. So here you can see, so here also it is off. So now if I vary the frequency here, again it is varied. So if I make it as reverse, so now motor is running in the reverse direction. So if I make it as forward, okay, so now it is running in the forward direction. So this is how you can able to control the VFD through PLC. Not controlling VFD here, we are controlling the PLC, controlling and monitoring. So my PLC is controlling VFD, right? So this is how we can control the PLC through not rate. Okay, so you can able to control any outputs of that PLC. Okay, using the memory bits you can able to on and off the uh, PLC and all. So next thing is I will off this. Okay, it went off. So if I want to show you the mail, when the mail will send. So if the frequency is more than 4000, like if make it as 4000 or 5000, okay, 5200 something. So now it is going to send the mail. Okay, so whatever the mail ID I have given, I will open here. So I am using this mail. So when I open this, so here you can see, so it have sent the mail like high frequency detected, that is 50.28 hertz. Okay, for all the three mail ID it have sent the mail if my VFD is greater, frequency is greater than 40. Okay, so fine. So next is, now we are controlling this from this same laptop dashboard, right? So next, if you want to control from anywhere from your local area network, like if you are connected to the Wi-Fi, so now I have connected to the Wi-Fi, so that's why I can able to control uh, if I want to control this dashboard, if I want to access this dashboard from any smartphone or any other laptop or any other PC. So if it is connected, if any other PCs are connected to the same Wi-Fi, so how we can do that? For that we need to know this system IP address, and using that we can able to access that. Okay, so I will show you how we can do that. Open your browser in any smartphone or any laptop that is connected to the same Wi-Fi network. First we have to check the IP address of this. So let me check the IP address. So I will add one more command prompt. So this node-RED, this should be in running condition only. Okay, so here I will type ipconfig, check my IP address. So my laptop IP address is this 192.168.1.113. Okay, so like after that, open your smartphone. There you need to type the IP address of the laptop. So 192.168.113, like 1.113. Next you need to type the hyphen and the port address of the this not red. So port address is nothing but this one 1880 and hyphen 1880 forward slash UI. After typing this, you can able to access the dashboard of the Node-RED. Okay, so I will give the password for this here in my smartphone. I am looking at dashboard. Okay, so like this. So now my smartphone is connected to the same Wi-Fi. So now I have the access for the same this dashboard. So now I will control the frequency through my like smartphone. They can see. So I am changing from my smartphone here. Okay, so if I give forward, so this is also I can able to do through the LAN network, local area network. Okay, this is the one method how you can able to access this dashboard from your local area network. Access by the accessing the IP address of this laptop, and just you need to like enter the port address slash file UI. If you are not entering this UI, you are directly redirected to this development window of the Node-RED. Okay, so next is, if I want to access this dashboard, from my mobile network or anywhere else in anywhere in the like anywhere else or outside this Wi-Fi network. Okay, so then we need to use one uh, plugin plugin or software we can call, that is ngrock. Or you can do multiple options are there, like you can able to port forwarding option is there. So this 1880 port you can able to forward through your Wi-Fi, and you can make it as accessible from anywhere in the world. Okay, so that is one method. So one more method is there, that is using the ngrock. Okay, so for ngrock you need to type first you have to create the account in the ngrock. So just open and type ngrock. So you have to log in this. So I will log in. So after login you will get this commands. Okay, so just copy this command and go to your command prompt. So here before installing the ngrock you have to close everything. You have to close the node-RED, you have to close this everything. So here I am taking one more command prompt. So here I will paste that command. Okay, install ngrock. So by this command in your system the ngrock plugin will install. Okay, so after running that, or we have one more method, you can use this. You can download the file and you can run this also, or you can use the command also. Okay, so after running this command, so next you have to run this command. Okay, so copy this command also, and after running this, next you need to run this command. Okay, so then it is going to like so install in your system. So next thing is, so after installing, so if you want to now you have to forward this port, like a node-RED port, to wide area network, right, to accessible from anywhere in the world. So for doing that, again first you have to, first let me close everything. I will close everything. So node-RED is closed in CMD. If I refresh this, so this going to be offline. Okay, so I'm closing this localhost, this one also. So close this account. Okay, fine. So next, after installing everything, so if you want to make your port as a globally, so again first we need to run the cmd. In cmd first I will run the node-RED, node-RED. So node-RED is running, that means that port is online now, 1880. Okay, so next is I need to run the ngrock. So for running the ngrock, so you need to type ngrock space http space next the port address. So node-RED port address is 1880. So if I give enter, so now it will give one link. Okay, so here you can see it is forwarding this local host port to this address. Okay, so I can uh, copy this and I can access. So before accessing this, if you directly access like that, it will going to open the development window of the node-RED. That's why you need to after copying that link, just click on this forward option and click on UI, then click OK. Okay, by doing this, so again it is asking for the password. I have set the password for that dashboard. Okay, so here you can see you can able to access. same dashboard through this link also. Now it is global. Using this link you can able to access from anywhere. Okay, but this ngrok and this node-RED should be on only. Okay, then only you can able to access. Okay, so that is how you can able to like control or communicate your PLC and the node-RED, and you can able to access the dashboard from your smartphone or anywhere else. Okay, that's it.